Oh my goodness. Talk about putting yourself out there and you just never know what's going to happen. Maya, hey, I
Hi.
got something to say. We're going to record it because where there's a will, there is a way. And if anybody was watching live on Instagram TV, I'm sitting there telling jokes and I'm not a comedian, entertaining people, waiting for Maya. And I keep seeing this spinning thing. And she wasn't able to get on. I thought, well, you know what? We'll figure out a way. And here we are recording on Zoom and putting it out to the world. How are you feeling, Maya, when that was going on?
Oh my goodness, I was frustrated. I was trying to just to get on live, but I don't know, for some reason the whole application VPN wasn't working. So thank goodness we're on this
Yep.
platform. I feel like it's a blessing to
Yeah.
have the options, the different types
Yes.
of options on the social
Well,
media.
you're going to have to get back with your people because you had a lot of fans out
Yeah.
there. So you, after this, should go on Instagram Live. You can do
Actually, I wanted to turn some live on it. I don't know if I can do that right now, which will be interesting.
Ooh, if you can
Yeah.
do it, great. Because for some reason here, like you're saying what you have over there, here when we try it, it's like, blah, 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 blah. My hands start going like this. It's like a delayed
All
reaction
right.
on Zoom Live. So see, we all have our stuff, you know?
Oh, maybe you should. I don't
Anywho,
know.
let's talk about, because everybody was really curious when you said, hey, I got something to say. And Maya was, bring out the best version of you. And that says a lot, right? Because
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
say to people, bring out the best version of you. And on some days, you can ask my son, not the best version of mom.
No.
He said to me,
So
Mom, you're
true.
all joyful and all that. So whenever he throws it in my face, whenever I'm not pippy skippy, I'm like, da da da. He goes, Mom, do you really
Yeah.
think that's going to work? Is that your
Right.
joyful self? And I go,
Right.
no, but there's lots of parts to our personality, right?
Mm,
Not being
so true.
perfect. We have to really accept that.
No, it's actually it's to believe that you are perfect is it's not realistic. In fact, the only constant in the world is change. So we are ever always revolving and evolving and changing. There's nothing
Mm,
that's going to stay static. It's all about how you become the better version of you. How do you become this person that you were given the virtue of awareness? In my mind, I'm thinking there must be something more for me. There, it cannot just be that I am here on this earth to eat, drink, sleep, and marry, have children, raise them, and die. That doesn't make sense to me.
wait, let's just capture that face. Your face was like,
It doesn't work. It's not something that I can even accept for myself, I swear.
well, you know
So
what? It's fun. And I always like to say, not that there's anything wrong with that,
I
because there's plenty of people, they're quite happy. And sometimes I say to them, sometimes I envy them because I'm always like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And they're like, my friend just said to me, nah, I'm good. I go, you're good? And she's like, yeah, I don't know why you need so much work. I'm like, you need so much self-help. She's like, I'm
know.
good with me. I'm like, I want to come back as that brain, Maya. Like, I'm always going for the next thing. Not that I think there's something wrong with me. Like,
No,
how do you
there's nothing
explain that
wrong
to
with you.
people?
It's just that there's really nothing wrong with you. But the thing is that we complete each other. It's not something that you there's nothing wrong with anybody. Some people are just comfortable the way they are. Some people are just comfortable with who they have become, and that's great. Remember, things don't happen to you, they happen through you. And we learn lessons from every other, from Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's not something that, you know what I mean? Like, you are, if we're all busybodies, it's not going to work. You have to have that. Those comfortable people, those lazy people, those not in a bad way, but just for even for us to slow down. Can you imagine if everybody was running, and then you're like, when am I even gonna go? Why can't I be like her? And
Yeah,
her, somebody that's so laid back, so back,
yeah.
just doing nothing but just just enjoying the ride and enjoying
Enjoying
the.
life, just enjoying life. Yeah. That's just
I
not me.
actually turned on live, so I don't know if people. I'm sure people are listening to me right now. We wave to everybody. We say hello, hello.
Hello,
Uh,
hello.
yeah, we're going live. So we're so sorry. يا جماعة الخير السموحة. Sorry, I have to speak this. So some of them are Arabs. So a lot of them are Arabs. And I hope that people just we connect together. I'm so sorry we couldn't get on live together on Instagram live to duel. So, but this is, I guess
I
it's
don't
all.
care, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Any way we can get the word out. So are you going to speak in 2 languages? Because that would be freaking awesome.
Oh my goodness, if you want, but then people are going to be confused. So let's stick to English, I guess. I don't know.
I won't understand a word, but I am always so impressed with, I just think that's genius. Like, how can 2 languages go on inside your head? Unbelievable.
I don't know. People speak. It's a skill. I know somebody that speaks 7 languages. In fact, Emiratis today are not only bilingual but trilingual, and they even have 4 languages. And now with Hebrew, they're learning Hebrew. With all the peace treaty and this. So it's interesting. It's interesting that people are just, yeah, there are people that enjoy, that's their talent, that's language is their thing. And you know what, in this era there are certain professions that will never go old, never. uh, Being a medical doctor,
Okay.
being an engineer. You know how they say the fourth industrial revolution with artificial intelligence, new jobs will be created, new even there are certain jobs that we don't know will exist. And how do we even teach our children or even our students in higher education, how do we teach them to become this person of this unknown job with unknown skills? But I've noticed that there are professions that will always be there, will always be there. Medical doctors, engineers, in my opinion,
Mhm.
and languages. People with languages will
I
definitely
agree.
arise. Absolutely.
I have another one.
Mhm.
Fitness. Work it out because
Yeah, fitness as well. But you'll always need somebody with fitness.
yeah, because
So
there's no way you can just, put technology on and do it. Yeah, you can watch it, online, but still somebody has to be creating it and doing it. So
So for those that have just joined us, we're live from the United States, from Pennsylvania. I wish if I can show you. I think I can show you. I just don't want to ruin the whole setup. This is
that's all
Sandy.
right. Show me.
I don't know. Can they see you? I don't
I
think I can.
don't know.
I think all I can do is show them this. I don't know. Can you see? I don't know. Is this right? I don't know. Anyway, it's interesting.
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it, but they can see you, right? They can see you and they can hear
They
you.
can see me, but they can hear you. So
Okay.
that's.
So
Well,
I'd
thank
like to say hi to all your peeps in Dubai. And I want to say, for those who were online live, thanks for listening to me and waving to me. They actually offered to come on. Your Dubai friends offered to come on and take your place. They were like, okay, we'll fill in.
Well, that's helpful.
I was like, that sounds great, but I'm going to figure out a way to go on Maya, but I'm very appreciative. I'm very appreciative. So Maya,
Tell me.
I want to back up a little bit because for my friends here in the United States, I was talking at length how I just fell in love with your presence in Thailand. And I was on doing a live gig with, I don't know if you remember, Claire Negus. She was the lawyer from Australia. She was one of the first female lawyers in the mining business.
Okay.
I know she remembers you. And so she was on and she was telling us a little bit about when she first started out. Like there was nobody, it's the mining town. And here she is, an accountant and a lawyer, and the things that she had to go through. And it was fascinating because she said it wasn't as if she wanted to prove as a woman she could do it or that she had the confidence. It was that she knew in order to be a great lawyer, she had to go down and get in the field and understand what the miners were going through. So it had nothing to do with confidence. She just wanted to do a great job.
Right.
Isn't
Right.
that incredible? And I was like,
Good.
wow. She's like, yes. And it wasn't easy, but then finally it's getting the respect. But she still feels, I don't know how you feel. She still feels, there is a gap. It's getting closer, but there still is a gap,
A
and
gap
that,
for females.
yeah, being a female in especially her area. So I don't know
Let,
how you feel about
let
you.
me let me tell you something about the United Arab Emirates and our leaders here. We are very blessed to have the vision that our leaders have, because they give equal rights to female as equal as male.
Wow.
And yes, it's actually something that the world recognizes. We have the first and the only parliament in the world that has a 50-50 representation of women versus men in the parliament. And this is only has happened just this past year, in the past election of the parliament, of parliament members. So also, we are given the platform. We are able to, we're given the tools, we're given the space. You have your voices heard. Trust me, Sandy, if I didn't have the open-mindedness, the forward thinking of my leaders here, I wouldn't have been able to come out and become the person who I am today.
Mm,
I feel that they've given us this freedom, and mainly they've given us trust and respect. So
wow.
when the leaders are have that thoughtfulness and that mindfulness towards women, equally towards men as well, our parents, our brothers, our cousins, our male figures, our patriarchs in the society, they too begin to change. Remember, we're a fairly young nation, so we're this 2nd of December, we're going to be celebrating 49 years of the Union of the United Arab Emirates since 1971, December 2nd.
Mm,
So it's a fairly young country, yet very forward thinking and very much progressive in
mm.
the way they have that, they give us that space and leeway for men and women to work together side by side. And we're blessed. I don't suffer from
Yeah.
this, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. As a female in I don't suffer from this.
And you know what? Not that we don't have our shares of ups and downs in the United States, but I was very fortunate, even though the health club industry was predominantly male, I
Mhm.
never felt slighted. I always felt very fortunate, and I felt that I got the respect I needed. I mean, of course, there were times, but there were times with men and women, you know?
You know, you know why that is? I really believe that it's also a big part of it is, okay, you get the respect from the nation, from the people around you, but it really is about how you think of yourself. So it's about how you build that self-esteem, your self-confidence. How do you create this? We were just talking before we went live that confidence is like the main category for leaders. Like you rightly said that. If you have confidence, knowledge comes next. It's not the other way around. People think that if you have the knowledge, that's superior. That's great, and absolutely so. But if you don't have the confidence to come out in the open and say, here's who I am, if you don't have the confidence and the communication skills to
Mm,
back that knowledge up, it's
yep.
not going to happen. People are not going to be drawn. You will not be the influencer. At the end of the day, a leader is an influencer. We use it haphazardly when
Yes.
we're on Instagram, on social media, but influencer is an influencer in any, even as a mother, as a father, as parents, as brothers, sisters, and you can grow as much as you can in a society. So yeah, it's quite a trip.
All right. So, and we were touching on this a little bit, and we won't name names, but there's all different types of leaders and why people follow them,
Yeah.
and some just blow my mind. But like we were talking about, they come up, they're sure of it. They could be telling you a lie, but they look in you in the face and they believe it, and that confidence exudes. And it's just crazy how people don't see through it to me. But what in your opinion, makes a great leader, Maya? What do you think makes a great leader? What are the keys? Because I believe you are a great leader.
Oh, thank you.
No,
You're so
you
kind.
are. You
Thank you.
definitely are. And not even just with you, but when you look up other people that you admire, your mentors, what do you think are the key ingredients for a good leader?
Um, I really believe having vision is one thing. Having vision, excuse me, is so important. When you,
You need some water?
sorry,
That's okay.
we always speak of goals and vision, right? People really don't know the importance of what a vision entails. You can have any goal that is even 10, 15 years planned. That's a goal. People think that it's not. People just think that it's vision. Vision is completely not that. The difference between goals and vision, goals are always selfish to you because they are things that you see, they're tangible. So when I talk of a goal, it's something that I will yet to see for sure. And it's something that I can touch and feel. So it's a trip that I'm going to go on, or a status that I'm going to reach to, or a nice special bag that I want to get, etc., etc. Vision is the complete opposite. Vision is cannot be selfish to you. Vision has to be for others. So when you speak of vision, it's discussing and dealing with issues that revolve around others, giving back. That's number one. Then it's not tangible. It's not something that you see. In fact, it's the quality of life. How much you, as you're giving to others, how are you improving quality of life? That's what vision really is. It's not tangible at all, and it has to be about others. So if a leader comes in saying, I'm a leader, but doesn't have vision and cannot explain what is their vision exactly, then I wouldn't say he failed as a leader. I would say that you still are yet to find your purpose, because that's what number two is. Leaders that have vision have purpose. Purpose, what am I, why am I even on this earth? Because a lot of people are out there, a lot of individuals work wherever, in organizations and institutions. However, it's interesting because not all of them are leaders. And some of them don't choose because they're just nice and happy and comfortable wherever they are. And that's amazing. That's, I thank them, because they know what they want. They still know their purpose.
That's true.
If I'm a leader and I don't have a vision, it means I don't know why I was brought to this earth. So vision and purpose. Third, you have to have some persistence. Very high persistence, because persistence creates sustainability. Persistence is actually, when you have that vision and you have purpose, you got to work very hard. And to work hard doesn't mean work hard, it also means work smart. And when you work smart, you have to keep at it. It's two, smart and hard. And if you're not persistent, and if you're not somebody that is always somebody that doesn't give up. Being persistent is somebody that doesn't give up. It will not work out. You have to, not giving up means you are going to fail. Persistent means you are going to fail. It doesn't mean you're going to get it from the first.
I know that.
Yeah. So for you to understand that persistence means, okay, I need to accept that life is not easy. It needs hard work. It needs smart work. And the final one after persistence is how much you have this adaptation to change. Again, we go back to the notion of change. Are you somebody that's adaptive? Are you somebody that's flexible? Are you somebody that will be able to handle the different consequences and circumstances that life brings you, that life hits at you? Are you that way? So these are some of the things that those four are very important. Last but not least, emotional intelligence. To
Ooh.
me, that's my area. And I start with vision and I end with emotional intelligence, and they are related. Because for me to be able to give back, to have purpose, to have persistence, to have adaptation skills, I need to really know who I am. I need to know and start with the base and the core, and that is emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is a deep science. In fact, 80% of who you become and how successful you become at work depends on your level of emotional intelligence and not on the level of your intelligent quotient, IQ. IQ only helps with 20% in you succeeding in your job, but EQ actually helps with 80%. Can you imagine
Mm.
how, if you were to think 10 years ago, it was just the opposite? You know, dropouts, high school dropouts, today are millionaires. University dropouts today are billionaires. Like, seriously, we live in a very, very screwed up way. Why is it? You know, why is that? Because when I'm confining people to a, some people are very creative. Once you confine them to a certain block of space, you're actually blocking innovation, you're blocking creativity. And university, to a lot of these, like Mark Zuckerberg or who are we talking about? Steve Jobs was a high school dropout. Wasn't he a high school dropout? It's interesting. Once they felt that they were confined by rules and regulations, they couldn't handle it. They
Yeah.
left. So understanding emotional intelligence will help you understand people, because some people cannot be confined to spaces. In
Yeah.
fact, when you confine them to rules and regulations, clock in, clock out, you know, they lose interest,
Yeah.
and they could be your star performers.
You know what? Years ago, I wish I had this information. When I first started learning about emotional intelligence, it was like that basically was the answer to me, because I wasn't the book smart girl. I mean, I did well because I tested well, but I wasn't someone that could retain it and then apply it. And yet I was successful in my field. And so many people would say to me, I'm not kidding you, Maya, I don't get it. You know,
Right,
we've
right.
we're way more degree than you. You know, our grades are better than you. And even like so-called friends, how did you become so successful? And I would
Right.
just say, you know, luck, you know, determination. But I think there was a bigger part, my emotional intelligence scale, even though I didn't know it, of being able to read people, understanding people, learning about people, loving people, just that was innate in me. I think that carried me far because I freaking love people and learning about them, you know, and that's a big part of emotional intelligence. And I don't know, can you teach that, Maya? Can you?
Of course. I mean, emotional intelligence. I was at a conference in London last year, and a professor from the Pentagon, it was interesting, an American lady, very nice lady. She said, Maya, you can't teach emotional intelligence. It's either you have it or not. It's either you have it or not. In fact, no, that's not true. Emotional intelligence is people skills, social skills.
So, and you can teach skills.
Exactly. Skills are trainable, skills are teachable. So there's no such thing as you can't unteach or teach. No, no, you can.
Yeah.
With a will, with every will, there is a way.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of what you want. How are you redirecting your career? How are you looking into um, improving people's lives?
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that what this is all about? Like
Yeah. And I
today,
agree. I
we're
mean,
taking time out of our schedule. It's 10:05 at night in Dubai.
yeah.
I could, to be honest, in 30 minutes, I'm supposed to be in bed. I
Yeah.
mean, why am I even taking time? Excuse me, I have this cough. Why am I even taking time to be with you? It's just for the betterment of humanity, really. I
Yeah.
mean, you know?
Yeah, you don't need to. And by the way, I appreciate it. Selfishly, I appreciate it
Oh, of
because
course, you know, obviously being with you here, I'm
yeah,
happy. I mean,
yeah,
it gives me, it's food for my soul.
yeah,
That's what pleases me, you know. Other people are pleased, they're happy by painting, they're happy with singing, they're happy with, you know, being with their, playing with their children. I mean, whatever gets them going, you know,
yeah,
golf or I don't know. It's
yeah.
just do what gets you going, get moving, live the life you want, live the better version of you.
So Maya, I know this, but I want you to tell them what made you go into that field. Like, what drew you in? Like the emotional intelligence. Why?
Um, I've said this a lot, and I've probably a lot of people know this about me here in this part of the world. And coming out, it's almost like coming out of the closet.
Wait a
But
minute. Hold on.
no, the thing
I
is,
want to give you a cough drop. Here's a cough drop.
I swear, there's this cough that's stuck. It's just, by the way, with the change of the weather, it's
Yeah.
just for some
Yeah.
reason it started just today. Anyway, so in this part of the world, people are not very open about depression and anxiety, and it has become popular, yes, but it was a movement that very recently, maybe 3 years ago, when I'll be honest, when I started speaking everywhere. It almost became like so loud. People began to open up, more forums, more social media influencers spoke up. I don't know if there's anybody that is this frank about their mental health. I am. I know people could be on one-to-one consultations. They
Yes.
do
Yes.
speak up, but for me, I was out on the open. It's what really made me who I am today. It was the best thing has ever happened to me.
Mm.
Depression. I went through depression for 5 years, and in the midst of the 5 years, I began to research emotional intelligence and thought of it as, okay, this is going to be the beginning of my healing. I refused to go to any medical doctors because we come from a society where this is not, it's almost taboo. It's not
Mm.
acceptable. But with emotional intelligence and knowing yourself and caring for yourself and loving yourself, once you have that appreciation, that's when you begin to take the proper care of yourself. And by the third year, the sadness went away, but I was left with anxiety. And the
Mm.
anxiety is just like depression. It's another form of depression, really. It's a chemical imbalance. If you come to think of it, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain that you do need medication. I mean, spirituality is great, meditation is great, working out is beautiful. However, you got to take the right steps to get better. And people with heart problems or need the open heart surgery are going to need to get that surgery no
Yeah.
matter what they do with any church they go to or any mosque they go to. They're going to need to take the right precautions.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I thought to myself, I got to get better. I got to take care of myself. So I did get some medical attention, medication for 2 years and a half. And I've been medication free for 3 years. But the difference is that as you're taking your medication, I you have to learn skills on how to handle your emotions.
Mm.
How are you self-aware? How do you create self-control? That is emotional intelligence.
Mm.
That is emotional intelligence. Medication will help, but it will only come to a certain level. What you need to do is go back and say, I need to take care of I need to learn some skills here that
Yeah.
will sustain. You know, we talk about persistence,
Yes.
sustainability. I
Yes.
need to get going on getting better. So
Yes.
self-awareness, the ability to describe my emotions, the ability to get down to the root cause by asking questions. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I worried? Why am I scared? Once you get to that, to the root, then that's when healing begins, because you start looking for solutions. And once you are in control of your life, and your surrounding, and you're in control of you, you feel good. You begin to create that confidence.
Yeah.
That scenario is called emotional
Yeah.
intelligence.
You know what? I'm so happy and proud of you for sharing your story, because I'm sure it's tough. And you're right. A lot of people I know that share their stories, it's more one-on-one. But how powerful it is that you're going to impact so many people yourself. And it's so
Right.
freeing. It's like, when you were talking, all I kept thinking is of, wow, freedom. I would feel so free, when you tell your
Sure.
story, And I think you teach though to corporations, right? Not just individuals. Do you teach
Yeah,
emotion?
I train employees around the Emirates. I trained around not over 900 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's been a trip. This has happened through 2 years, and I literally was jumping everywhere, jumping, and trying to raise awareness, because really emotional intelligence begins at home with your child. And
Mhm.
if you, the parent, don't have that awareness of you, of
Yeah.
taking control of you, of breaking the cycle of your parents and how they raised you, and getting the better version of you to improve youth, to improve children.
Mm.
Isn't that what countries and nations are all about?
Yeah.
Nations are all about the seeds, the children.
Yeah. I was thinking
So
of that because a lot of people have come to me and said, now that the kids here, I'm sure a lot of places in the world are going virtual and not seeing their friends as much, they're experiencing a lot more anxiety, even young kids. And what can we do for them? And yes, there's a lot of things that should be done. But it also, if the kids are small, it's really, really important. I can't say this enough, how the parents are, right? Because
right.
if the parents don't have that emotional intelligence and they're not aware of themselves, then all that anxiety is just being passed on to the kids.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what research proves. And that's exactly why I started this
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
actually, Sandy, I don't feel that I started it. It was meant to be. And
Yeah.
that's why sometimes we say look for your purpose. Sometimes you don't know what your purpose is until it's handed to you, until
Yeah.
you see it right there. So people, watching this Zoom and this live, should not think that, oh my God, I don't know what my purpose is. You should start looking for it. But sometimes it is presented to you after a struggle,
Yes.
after,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I always say I keep my eyes open. If I get confused on what the
mm,
next thing is for me, I just take a deep breath in. I just say, I'm going to keep my eyes open
oh,
to
true.
opportunity out there. So, what's next for you? What do you want to do in the next year, 5 years, Maya?
I see myself holding a strong position in the country. I really do. I see myself to be able to affect as many people. Still influencer, but I want to finish my PhD obviously in the next year. So I passed my qualifying exam, so that qualifies me to become an official PhD candidate, not a PhD learner, which is actually 70% of the way. I only have my research left and working on that already. But it is to be able to give out as much as we can to the world.
Mm,
There is a lack of support for digital leaders in a country that is so fast moving. I mean, we already sent the first shuttle to Mars.
mm,
And can you imagine if that's the way we're thinking? Then we have to be mentally okay
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and inside here sane and
Yeah.
able to grasp in all the ever-changing notions and whatever fast pace we're in. So I would hope that inshallah, God willing, inshallah is an Arabic word, by the way, God willing, that we change the way mental health is meant to be. actually.
Well, I know you are definitely going to lead the way. There's other people work on it, but I'm giving you props, woman. I'm giving you props. All right, listen, before we go, can we do some fun, fast, rapid questions? Do you mind?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Whatever. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Right?
Shoot.
Favorite food?
Favorite food? Fries.
Okay. Favorite color?
I'm liking more pastels. I'm liking more baby blue, baby pink.
Okay. Name somebody that you admire right now or a mentor that you look up to. Could be anybody. They could be living, they could be dead or in their next life.
I'll be honest, Sandy. I learn from everybody. I could learn from, the janitor. I even hate the word janitor, but I mean, I hate to use it, but I'm very open to. I love stories, and I learn so much from stories. So to me, the world is my mentor.
Favorite hobby?
I love working out. I love working out in the open. So I can actually say that my favorite hobby is cardio. So either walking or running.
Gotcha. All right. So something you can tell us about you that maybe most people don't know. Is there any little thing?
My God, I'm out in the open. I'm afraid of the dark. So I still sleep with the lights on.
God, I love you. Oh my God.
That's the only thing I'm afraid of. Otherwise, that's nothing else.
That's kind of a big thing. I appreciate you sharing. I don't like small spaces, so we can share with that.
Oh, okay.
I'll go in the dark with you, but don't put me in a closet. Okay. What would one of your favorite days look like from morning till night? Just one of them.
I would just giving back, like working on every single thing I have going on. I would love. I have a fashion line. I work at a school as a consultant. I'm also a PhD scholar. I do some lectures and sessions and training and motivational talks. I'm a mother of three special needs. One is special needs, the youngest. I work out every day. It's just if I get to do all of this, I that's a perfect day for me. Can you imagine? That's it.
That's your perfect. So, did you believe in sleep in there? Are we sleeping anywhere in there?
I don't. No, I don't. I don't nap. I don't nap.
By the way, I'm not saying I sleep all the way through the night, but I can nap with the best of them. I can lay down and then boom, get up. All right. So, one more thing. The word universe, what does it mean to you?
The Lord, God, energy, Allah. That's what the universe means to me.
When you say that, I see this big smile on your face, like it's just filled with joy and love. Like
because I realized, with my depression, I realized that all religions, not just monotheistic religions, just all religions, humans in general, whatever we describe him is a superpower. We all believe in a superpower. Yes. You can call him energy, you can call him the Lord, you can call him Jesus, you can call him Allah, you can call him God, you can call him the universe. Whatever, yeah. But everybody believes in this power. The difference is that we express our spirituality in different ways and forms. So Hindu or Buddhism or any other whatever, they believe in a certain way. They believe in that God has different faces. Yeah. That's their thing. But we all believe that there's a superpower, that there's somebody in control. So the universe to me is the Lord.
Gotcha. And I always say, I love learning. I love learning about religions. I really do. I just love it so much. And my quote is, whatever gets you to hug a tree, meaning, love everyone, God bless. All right. So how can they reach you? I mean, you were naming all this stuff, and I know you have a fashion line, but tell the US peeps how they can reach you and find you and support you, woman.
You're so kind. That'd be lovely, actually. Instagram, Maya AlHawary. Facebook, same name. Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, YouTube. If you if you put in my name, Maya AlHawary, you'll get a lot of videos in English. A lot of videos, and
In
actually
English.
in English. I actually have one good 2 hour, 45-minute interview that has over 190,000 views just on my life and my leadership. And it's something, and I remember asking them, why so long? I remember taking so long, like filming it. And they were like, Maya, people watch it in sections.
Yeah.
They don't watch it in a whole, they on and off, they go back and come back to it. So that's how it is. And you can go ahead and check that out as well.
By the way, I did watch that, and I
You
did,
did?
and I watched the whole thing and not in sections because
Oh,
I found it fascinating. And that's normal, that's not me. Normally I have, attention span of a flea, but I thought it was
thank you.
amazing. And I'm so glad you did that whole thing. Yeah.
Thank you. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
because
it.
that's how I was on YouTube, like, wait, there's Maya. And that's why I looked you up again. And by the way, I'm going to be coming when they open the gates to Dubai. Like,
They already opened the gates. You can come now.
well, I'm going to wait a little bit till it settles down.
Okay, all right.
But maybe through winter, spring, or whatever. All right. Well, for us, this was a real treat.
Thank you.
My hey, I got something to say is normally short and live, but I like to want to look at the upswing. I got to
Right.
have you longer, and
Thank
we will
you.
post this all over. It's not our normal version, but change happens. So that's exciting. And I think my gang can admit Maya has stuff to say, and it's going to impact the world in a positive way. And when I think of you, Maya, my face not only lights up, but I get warm tears in my eyes because I'm so blessed to have this time with you. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Now go to bed, drink some tea, and put
Yes,
up in there.
yes. I hope that my green tea, I don't think I should take green tea. I think green tea has a lot of caffeine. So
No. Well, there is decaf green tea, but you want to go for the tea lemon.
Yeah, let's see what we can find now at 10:30. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Till we meet again. Yeah, tell them thank you. I really appreciate it.
I'm sure they saw it. Yes, they did.
All right. Bye. Until next time. Toodles.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.